it's so early. You're already doing interviews. Is this a
Nah,
thing?
it's okay. It's okay. I'm on East Coast. I'm in New Jersey.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Where
first,
are you?
uh, really nice. Thanks. So first of all, thank you for this interview. And I have few things I always want to ask you. Um, so first, tell me how are you feeling about your upcoming first tour in Latin American and especially your visit to Mexico?
Yeah, I'm really excited because my my wife, mi esposa, her family's from Peru. Um,
Nice.
so I go down to Latin America, specifically South America, at least like twice a year. Um, so half my family is Peruvian, so we actually live in Peru for a couple months or a year. But Mexico is pretty much one of my favorite places to play, period. Um, it's been almost 10 years since we've been to Mexico City. Uh, so I'm looking forward to coming back, especially because the last time we were supposed to be there, we had to cancel because it was the festival at the pyramids, Teotihuacan.
Yeah, First Fest.
Yeah, yeah. And some of it just didn't work out, unfortunately. So I'm really excited to finally get to play Mexico City again.
Nice. And did this connection with Peru make you write a song in Spanish?
Yeah, Mi amor, mi amor. It's like parts of it, the verses are in Spanish, and then the chorus is in English. And yeah, no, I'm like my Spanish is entiende mucho, pero um, no, hablo no es bueno. You know, but pero entienden like a lot. I just can't speak to the level that I can understand. Um, but yeah, so I always like going to Spanish speaking countries because I can get around real easy and I understand the language and you know um, even though I'm a güero or whatever.
Yeah. And now We Missed Ourselves is a festival that brings together bands from the emo genres, just like many other festivals have been organized lately around the world. What do you think about the fact that emo can be as free today as it wasn't in the 2000s?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was so big. My Chemical Romance got so big in Mexico City that I really think with them coming back, it's really opened the door for bands like Senses Fail and Silverstein and Underoath to go play shows. Um, and the fact that we can do it together, I think, is amazing. I think Pierce the Veil is another good example of a band that's just like done so well in Mexico. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it because I feel like it gives us an opportunity. I really do enjoy the Mexican fan base immensely, and I feel like we have a lot of Mexican American fans. You know, we always have. I think the lyrics. One of my favorite singers is Juan Gabriel.
Yeah.
And you know, he's very emotional and he's all his lyrics are so emotional and it reminds me a lot of like Senses Fail. It's like over the top, overly emotional. And I think there's a big connection between the emotions in um emo music and like Latin based artists, you know,
Yeah.
have like very a lot of famous even the rock bands like Juanes or Maná, um, you know, have like that I've heard, it sounds very similar in the way that it's presented. Like that song La Mi Camisa Negra, is
Yeah.
that Juanes song? That's like a I could sing that song, like, you know, where he's like, my soul is as black as my shirt. That's like pretty emo,
Yeah.
you know? Um, but yeah, so I think that there's a crossover, or like, you know, a lot of Mexican Americans and Mexicans love Morrissey and the Smiths and like Depeche Mode and goth. So there's just a real big crossover between emo and those genres as well. And I think that's why it works.
Nice. And about the music and lyrics, emotional of Saints Fail, um, this music have connect with many people because of their depth and because the lyrics describe these universal feelings. Um, and this song, just as they help you, have also helped your fans. You know, they have tattoos of the lyrics, they sing them, they cry over them, um, etc. Are you aware of this? Have you ever felt like it was a responsibility for you to talk about the things you have talked about?
Yeah, I do. I think so. It's important because it does connect with people, and that I feel like I've come very far in my life, um, from where I was. So I can, in my lyrics, try to present a path of how that could someone could heal through music, and that is what I feel like you know, my job is to help people heal through music. So I take that very seriously.
Nice. And about the your music, you're gone from post-hardcore to punk rock to metalcore. So how has it been to build your identity through your music?
Yeah, I we've kind of bounced around. Sometimes we're like a pop punk emo band, sometimes we're a heavier band, and I I tend I like heavier music, um, darker, heavier music. So I'm always pulling that in, and then other people in the band are pulling in the melody and the other aspects of the band. Um, some more of the metal guitar playing, stuff like that. And I mean, our music reflects generally what I'm interested in at the moment, whether that's some records are very heavy, some records are not, some records are more like a punk, pop punk type thing. So that's why each record is different. Um, we never really make the same record. It's just not possible for me to do that. So I like experimenting and trying a variety of different approaches to what Census Fail is musically.
Nice. And how can each genre affect the things you want to communicate? You can say the same things in punk or in metalcore.
I don't think so. I think you're gonna write like a more metalcore song. It needs to be either sad or angry. More punk stuff. You could be a little more tongue in cheek or cheeky or funny, or because the genre lends itself to being more political. You can do more like a social commentary. And metalcore is very much more focused on internal struggle or uh, darker emotions. So I try to sometimes write lyrics based on how the song feels rather than I take lyrics and I put them into a song. I sort of like to feel how a song is before I try to write lyrics to it.
Nice. Now, still searching turns 20 next year,
Five
I think.
or 20, yeah, 20.
Yeah, 20. How do you see that album today? Do you still like it? What
Oh
memories do you
yeah.
have of that time? Because this album and the first one, oh no, second one, oh, no, first one, Let It Unfold You, were really success here in Mexico.
Yeah, I mean I love that record. That record is kind of I think the pinnacle of what the band was at that time, and that those members and the original version of Census Fail, that was kind of the peak of our artistic ability and vision. And it was honestly a really fun record to make. It just it felt like we were doing something that was going to withstand the test of time. So it's it's a beautiful thing. So I love the record, and I'm just happy that so many people around the world have found it and continue to listen to it.
Nice. Uh, Now I hear in another interview about the origin of the name Census Fail and how deeply it connects with your life. Would you say that after so many albums, concerts, tours, and success, today you are where you wanted to be?
Yeah, I think we got to where I wanted to be years ago. Um, I'm just happy and humbled and thankful that I can still do it, that I have been doing it. The band is going to turn 25 soon in 2027, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe something like that. We're going to turn 25 soon, and that's um just I'm sort of humbled to be able to continue to do it. So I think obviously I want to play more, and there's a lot of like South America, Latin America is really important for me and for our band because I do think a lot of bands have we've been missing from the continent and the countries that I think a lot of our fans live in, and I hope that in the next 10 years we can grow our fan base in Mexico and Latin America and South America. That's a, a really important to me personally.
nice. And is that Census Fail philosophy still your philosophy in life?
Yeah, I have like Census Fail started from the idea of based in Buddhism, of meditating, and the senses that we experience externally don't necessarily tell us the truth about our existence, and they can deceive us and lead us down paths of all sorts of, whether it's pain or anxiety or depression or shame or even joy. But the reality, the real, true, internal truth about who we are in this world is only experienced when we are not attached to our senses. So I do still follow that sort of mindset, and I kind of live a very I try to live as mindfully as possible. Uh, so yeah, I definitely still embody the philosophy of what the name means, or I try to.
Nice. And finally, I don't know if you know it, but in Mexico, emo people in the early 2000s face a lot of bullying on the streets and in the schools and at concerts. There was a lot of misinformation about the movement here in Mexico, and that's translating to violence sometimes. So that's why the fact that these festivals are happening now, it's incredible for us. So what could you say to all these emo fans waiting to see you in this year?
I mean, when we saw that back in what 2008, 2007, when they had it was like a protest, right? In Central CDMX, or we call it CDMX, right?
Yeah, CDMX.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that was scary because we didn't have necessary people were bullied, obviously, but it became so popular in America that we didn't have as many bullying issues. Like emo music in Mexico and Latin America and South America was very vilified as like satanic and people cutting themselves, and there was just a lot of miscommunication and boys, with tight jeans and black mascara. It was just like very anti, machismo. It's very seen as like feminine or something was wrong with them. So, um, yeah, that was one reason I think maybe we weren't able to play shows there. So to be able to come down and finally meet some of our fans and be there for some of our fans, um, hopefully with no bullying and no extra sort of stress, I think will be really freeing experience for them and for us. So I'm really looking forward to it.